You are, sir, a veteran of these. 10 times you have been here. You're one of the co-captains, I think, of the dance crew. How excited are you to be doing this again, going to Florida and going to Boston?
It is always a privilege and a real adventure, and going through the day-to-day with your kid playing professional hockey in Washington is great.
Here's a question I've always wanted to ask you, because as a hockey dad myself, what kind of hockey dad were you after a game? You watch Tom play, win or lose, you get in the car, you're driving home. What was the conversation like?
Well, I'm not a yeller.
Okay.
We talked about, I asked open-ended questions. What do you think went well? What would you do over? And if it was a great win, turn up the music. And if it was a stinker, you just don't say anything until he gets home.
What was Tom like in those car rides going back home?
Pretty good, pretty good. He's got a brother 5 years older.
Yep.
Who talked about a lot about it and never pushed them away. I did an outdoor rink every winter, and it was. You guys have got pictures of him with his brothers and friends. So going away at 16, what was nothing. Like, at least that's the way he said it was.
Thinking back to 2018 and winning the Stanley Cup, obviously that was a gigantic moment for Tom and for your family. But I have to believe that what just happened at All-Star in Toronto, hometown, second All-Star appearance for Tom coming back. What was it like for you and the rest of your family to not only have Tom home for a few days, to have him be in the center of the hockey universe at the All-Star game and being such a big part of it? I can't imagine as a father that had to have been one of the biggest thrills that you've had in this hockey journey.
Stanley Cup was pretty good.
Yes.
This is a close second. And he wore it like a pro because he cares. And we had a dinner. 20 or so of his friends from Toronto that he grew up with, and the rest was family. And we had a great dinner, and then the family left, and they went out and had a good time.
You know, it's funny. People always ask me, what's Tom like away from the rink? You know, give us a little glimpse. I just pull out my phone, and I go back to, and I'm sure you remember this, when he had his day with the Cup. We were on, I think, a friend of the family's boat with the CN Tower behind us, and Tom holding up the Stanley Cup with the CN Tower behind us. I mean, it really doesn't get any better than that day. Like, I think of those few weeks there. I went to TJ Oshie's Cup party, Tom's Cup party. That was a pretty great summer, wasn't it?
And, you know, I'm pumping my kids' tires, but
that's all right.
That is what you're supposed to do, Keven.
That's allowed.
he gets the cup, and then he goes to his grandfather's golf course, and they did a little. I mean, the Toronto Golf Club is a very, very private golf course, and his grandfather is a member there, and he brought it in, and the head pro of the course was blown away. He said, "This is a real trophy." And, "Can I pick it up?" Yeah. And he could barely, it weighs
35 pounds.
There you go.
Unless you win it the first time you throw it over your head. It doesn't weigh anything, man.
Didn't Grampy get in trouble for wearing a Tom Wilson jersey to the course, if I remember correctly?
Well, they called him out. And,
It's a private golf club.
right, and so he didn't care. He said, you know, you organize the dinner, and I'll buy all the drinks.
That usually takes care of things pretty well, doesn't it?
It does.